The PSA World Championships, presented by the Walter family, got underway today at the University Club of Chicago, with 64 players in action across 3 courts. The most prestigious tournament in professional squash, the PSA World Championships features the best players from across the globe, and defending champion Ali Farag got his tournament off to the perfect start as he opened up with a 3-love win over India's Ramit Tandon. Farag has won 2 of his 3 World Championship titles in the Windy City and comes into this event off the back of a maiden victory at the British Open last month.
Absolutely, I'm very happy to be through. I mean, Ramit and I played so many times in our college career, and then we played again once on the PSA, and he's got the better of me, so he was ahead in the head-to-head. I'm happy to get one today. I mean, you saw how close it was in the first, but then after I ran away with that one, I think I was on top for the rest of the match. In terms of my movement after the injury, and in terms of confidence in my squash, in my mental capabilities, everything about it really, it was the perfect timing to gear up for this one, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of the week.
Mustafa Asal made his return from 6-week suspension as he saw off the threat of Argentina's Leandro Romiglio. During his absence, Asal lost his world number 1 spot to Peru's Diego Elias, but the Raging Bull wasted no time on his return to the court as he defeated Romiglio with a 3-love scoreline to set up a round 2 fixture with 2015 World Championship runner-up Omar Mossad.
2 suspensions in 1 year, so it's mentally more than physically. You know, like getting back while I was world number 1, and then I didn't fight for world number 1. So congrats to Diego for sure for being world number 1. But like there is a fight here, there is another tournament, another perspective, you know, to see. And actually, it's amazing tournament. You see 7 world number 1s in the draw. It's amazing, like to share these moments, you know, in my career. I'm still in a young age, so I'm so happy to be back.
Also through to the second round of the men's event is New Zealand's Coll. Superman is aiming to become the first man from New Zealand to win the World Championship since Ross Norman in 1986. He will look horns with Colombia's Juan Camilo Vargas in the next round after defeating USA's number 3, Faraz Khan.
First round getting used to these courts is a bit bouncy, it's hard to kill off the ball, so I was happy with the way I was striking the ball, and I'm very excited to get going this week here, obviously biggest week of the year, so feeling good, in a good space and excited to play. Yeah, I hear it's you know, one of my favourite courts on tour they've brought over, so never got to play on it. It's always been a dream to play on that court, so super excited to hopefully get to the glass court. Just the look of it, I thought it looked stunning when it was used in Dubai at the World Tour final. So you know, if the build goes well and it looks as good as it does then, it's just going to be a special tournament and a special location. So yeah, really excited to get going.
Local man Nathan Lake delighted the home crowd as he claimed his first ever win at the World Championships. The 30-year-old moved from Cheltenham to Chicago back in 2021 and regularly trains at the University Club. He was pushed hard by fellow Englishman Curtis Malik, but fought back from 9-7 down in the 5th game to secure a place in the last 32.
Mentally, I thought Curtis played very well and didn't let me sort of settle, but I was pleased mentally. I just hung in there. I didn't feel I played my best squash, partly down to him, and maybe just wasn't firing as much today, but mentally managed to sort of just about hold in there. Good, a bit of pressure too to start with, but it's brilliant. I mean, I've had 2 home events back-to-back, British Open, which was an hour from Cheltenham where I was born, and I mean, I walked here. It's like a 5-minute walk, so I'm here probably 5-6 times a week. Know all the members, great community. So
in the women's events, world number 1 Nour Gohar got her attempts to win her first World Championship trophy underway with a victory over Egypt's Nour Abel Makarim. Gohar was runner-up in the 2 previous editions of the World Championship, including the 2021 edition, which took place in Chicago.
Yeah, happy with the way I played today and the way I dealt with the match. Obviously a lot of nerves going into the first round of the World Open, the biggest event of the year, but I'm happy with the way I was relaxed and enjoying myself on court today. I'm very excited to be on the glass court. A venue that we played on, but a few years ago, I mean, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So it's very exciting to be back to a great venue like this one, the Union Station. I mean, I'm not really thinking about it, but for sure it's a dream. It's a dream, a lifetime dream, and I've achieved pretty much, I think, all the titles except the World Championship, so obviously it would mean a lot.
15-year-old sensation Amina Orfi added to her growing reputation with a 3-love victory over Latvia's Anita Mekapica to mark her World Championship debut. Orfi is the reigning World Junior Champion and reached the final of Squash on Fire in her most recent PSA events.
I feel really happy. This is my first World Championships and I wanted to make it into the main draw, and luckily I got an invite from the PSA, so I'm really happy and I'm just gonna play with no pressure. I didn't really expect it. I thought I was going to just be playing on the Challenger Tour for a while until I make it. And then when I had the opportunity to play the Squash on Fire as a wild card, I went and I just took the risk. And then I played with no pressure because I'm still younger and I don't really have a goal in mind. I'm just trying to enjoy as much as I can before I become one of the top and eventually get pressured by the rest.
United States' number one Amanda Sobhy also got off to a winning start as she saw off the threat of Hong Kong's Tomato Ho. Meanwhile, world number 3 Nour El Hammamy, who suffered a disappointing quarter-final exit at the British Open last time out, said today she has put that behind her as she bids to lift the iconic World Championship trophy this week.
It was definitely a tricky one. I've never played against Kenzie, and I know she's an upcoming and youngster, and she's been doing really well in the junior tournament. So I had to keep an eye on her performances and try to study her as much as possible. Well, I mean, the British Open is just in the past. I don't want to think about it. It was a tough loss for me, but I moved on, and I'm ready. I'm definitely ready for this one, and hopefully I could just do well in this tournament.
World number 6 Nour El Tayeb made her return from injury as she battled to a 3-1 win against world number 32 Sama Ibrahim. The 2019 World Championship runner-up hadn't appeared on the PSA World Tour since February due to a leg issue and dropped the second game against a spirited Ibrahim.
It's the biggest tournament of the year. It's the biggest tournament in the calendar, and it's the title everyone dreams about. And I wanted to be back here. I think ideally I should have been back a bit like after maybe 4 months, but I wanted to be back for this one, and hopefully my leg will get me through, and hopefully I can play well. I really hope I can play well here.
You can catch up on all the rest of today's action on PSAWorldTour.com, and you can watch action from the side courts live and free at worldsquashchamps.com.